I Helped a Wendigo, and I Regret It All. Written by T. Lily 2904. When this happened, I was living in a small town with lots of forest nearby. It was small and everybody was friendly with each other, living in an area where everyone knows everyone. My ma and pa didn't really take stranger danger all that seriously. Don't hop in a stranger's van and don't take candy from people you don't know well is the most that I was ever told. Being young at the time, I was taught this, and I wasn't told why. I wasn't told how monstrous human beings can be. In my innocent mind, I saw no reason for a person to want to hurt others. I believed this was true for most other creatures as well. I wasn't afraid of animals or insects. So it was no surprise that this would have happened, seeing how stupid I was. It was in early spring, and I was going for a usual walk through the neighborhood into the local woods. Admiring the flowers and listening to the birds call, I was drawn further into the darkness that was that forest. Soon, I didn't even know where I was. The trees weren't familiar. I was deeper into the woods than I'd ever gone before. And just before I began to try to trace my steps back home, I heard something. Help! The voice was dry, raspy, and quiet. It sounded strange, like whoever was speaking felt pain to do so. I turned back, trying to find out who or what was calling my name, although my innocent mind was certain that it was a person. Over here. I followed the voice, and I soon found the creature lying in front of me. Its long limbs were wrapped in the thorny brambles that it was trapped in. Its face was covered by long, blood-soaked hair. Please help me, child. Despite what I wanted to do, my gut told me not to go any closer to it, that it was dangerous. I ignored the feeling as I tried to remove the brambles from the creature's body. I only succeeded in cutting my hands. I can't get you out, I sadly told the creature. Try harder. You don't want me to die here, do you? It shook its head, removing the few vines that I'd managed to pull off of its antlers. Of course I don't want you to die, I said. I then remembered my mother's pruning shears. I'd seen her use them to cut plants before, so they should work, right? I'll be right back. I can get some tools to cut you free, I said. As I got up to leave, it grabbed my leg. Don't go. I'll be lonely. We can free me later. The creature pulled me back down to the ground. I stared at it again, noticing all the bones poking through its skin. That's all it really was, skin and bones. Breaking the eerie silence, it spoke again. My name is Anoki. What is yours? I didn't hesitate to respond. I'm T, I said. After that, we started to talk more. We talked until the sun started to go down, and then I went home. That night, I stayed awake in bed, wondering about my new friend. How did he get stuck there anyway? The next day, I brought the pruning shears, and with some effort, I removed the brambles. Anoki never thanked me for the help. He just tried to stand up, but he was too wounded to move. I innocently asked, "Do you want me to go and get my parents? They have band-aids." But he shook his head. I need more than that. I need food to get stronger. And so I ran home and I got some food. Mostly just biscuits and bread. I can't eat that. He turned away from the food in disgust. Well, what do you eat then? I said. He looked around and then pointed at a small bird. It had gotten tangled in the nearby brambles. It was thrashing around and trying to get free. "Go get that for me," he said. I remember feeling scared in that moment. I loved birds. Whenever I found a wounded one, I tried to take care of it before my pa would take it to the vet. I now know that he secretly put it down. But without even realizing what I was doing, I had already removed the bird from the brambles. I watched in horror as Anoki ate the poor thing. He didn't seem to like it, but he did eat it anyway. I kept visiting him every day, bringing him more birds and other poor animals for over a week. He was looking better each day, yet still he was bone thin. Until eventually I came to him with another bird. He wasn't sitting in the place that he always sat. I called out for him, but he didn't come. Then I heard the trees above me shake. I looked up just in time to run as it jumped down and chased after me. It caught up to me in no time. It had longer legs and it was faster, and it grabbed my leg, and it set its claws into me. I screamed and screamed and screamed until over half of the local neighborhood came running into the woods. One or two even had guns. But Anoki got away before he could be killed. I never set foot in the woods again. After I was patched up and told my story to the local newspaper, I was told about what Anoki really was: a Wendigo. I was also told that I was lucky to have gotten away, but also stupid to have ever helped him in the first place. My parents moved away after that, and then I was properly taught about stranger danger.